Today, we're diving deep into a tool every single Windows user thinks they know, but very few actually understand: the Task Manager. Yeah, we all see it as that emergency panic button, but really, it's a powerful window right into the soul of your machine. So let's peel back the layers and see what this thing can really do. We've all been there, right? You're in the zone, getting stuff done, and bam, everything just stops. The cursor won't move, the program is just staring back at you, completely unresponsive. It's that classic moment of digital frustration. And yeah, you know the drill. You start clicking furiously everywhere, you mash the escape key a dozen times, but it's no use. Your app has officially checked out. So you take a deep breath, and you summon the one thing you know will answer the call. That's right, the three-key salute. It is the universal language for, okay, I've had enough, and it's our direct line to the PC's first responder. Now, for most of us, this is pretty much where it ends. We find the app that's causing trouble, we click End Task, and we just move on with our lives. But that one little button is just the absolute tip of the iceberg. Task Manager is a seriously powerful diagnostic tool, and today we are going under the hood. Okay, so first off, while everyone knows Control-Alt-Delete, here's a little pro tip. Control-Shift-Escape. It launches Task Manager directly, no extra screen. Super handy. But of course, you can also just right-click the taskbar, or if you want to feel like a real power user, type taskmgr.exe into the run command. All roads lead to the same place. Ever since Windows 8, Task Manager opens up looking like this. Super clean, super simple. It's designed to let you just find that one frozen app and shut it down. But the real magic, oh yeah, the real magic happens when you click More Details. That one click transforms this simple list into a full-blown command center for your PC. So let's jump to one of the most revealing parts of that command center, the Performance tab. I want you to think of this as a real-time EKG for your computer, showing you exactly how all its vital signs are doing, second by second. First up is the CPU, the brain of your entire computer. This graph shows you exactly how hard that brain is working. You ever hear your computer's fans suddenly spin up like a jet engine for no apparent reason? Well, a quick look here might show that your CPU usage just spiked to 100%. That's your clue that some program is going rogue in the background. Next is memory, or RAM. So if the CPU is the brain, think of RAM as the computer's short-term workspace, or its desktop. It holds all the stuff you're currently working on for quick access. If your whole system starts feeling kind of sluggish, especially when you have a million browser tabs open, a glance here will probably show that this in-use bar is almost full. Classic sign you're pushing your RAM to its limits. Now here's a really cool, kind of hidden detail inside that CPU graph. It's actually showing you what kind of work your CPU is doing. That green area, that's what's called user mode. It's all your apps, your browser, your games. But the red area, that's kernel mode. That's the core Windows operating system itself chugging away. It's a fascinating peek at the engine that powers everything else. Okay, now let's head over to the tab that most people are familiar with, Processes. This is basically the master list of every single thing that is currently running on your computer, from the program right in front of your face to these tiny little background tasks you never even knew were there. The modern Task Manager makes this super easy to understand by grouping everything into three main categories. You've got apps, that's the stuff you're actively using. Then there are background processes. These are the silent helpers, like your antivirus software. And finally, Windows processes. These are the essential bits and pieces that keep Windows itself running. And this brings us to a super important difference. When you right-click an app and hit End Task, you're basically sending a polite request asking it to please close down. But if you go digging and find End Process, that's completely different. That's like flipping the emergency power switch. It kills the program instantly, no questions asked. So yeah, use End Task first and save End Process for when a program really won't listen. Have you ever wondered why your computer can take an absolute eternity to boot up? Well, a lot of the time it's because dozens of programs are all trying to rush through the door at the exact same time. The Startup tab is where you get to be the bouncer and control that morning rush hour. And doing it is so incredibly easy. You just go to that Startup tab, you find a program you don't need the second your PC turns on, like maybe a game launcher or a music app, and you just click Disable. That's it. The program is still there, it just won't automatically start anymore. Honestly, this is one of the easiest ways to get a noticeable speed boost when you turn on your computer. So now that we've seen just how powerful this tool is, we got to talk about where it came from. The story behind the Task Manager is actually surprisingly cool, and it is not at all what you'd expect for such a core part of Windows. I mean, it's so easy to take for granted now, but the early versions of Windows had really basic tools. Back in Windows 95, all you got was this simple little close program box. The powerful multi-tabbed monster that we use today, yep, that had to come from somewhere else entirely. And this timeline really shows the whole journey. The Task Manager that we'd recognize first showed up in Windows NT 4.0, way back in 1996. For years, though, it was kind of a tool just for IT pros. Then, in 2012, Windows 8 gave it this huge, user-friendly makeover with that simplified view and the color-coded heat maps. And it just keeps evolving, with Windows 11 adding even more new stuff. And here it is, my favorite part of the story. Task Manager wasn't some grand plan from a big corporate committee. It was actually created by one Microsoft developer, a guy named David Plummer, at home as a personal side project. He brought it into work, showed it to a few people, and they immediately realized how amazing it was. This essential tool was born from one person's passion project. How cool is that? All right, one last and really crucial thing to know. Because Task Manager is so good at showing you what's really running on your computer, it's one of the first things that malware and viruses try to disable. So if you ever find that you can't open Task Manager for some reason, treat that as a serious red flag that something nasty might be trying to hide on your system. So there you have it. Task Manager is so much more than just a way to close a frozen app. It's a diagnostic suite, a performance monitor, a startup manager. It's all of that rolled into one. So the next time a program starts acting up, don't just end task and forget about it. Take a second, click more details, and see what secrets your own PC might be waiting to tell you.